This is a house floor plan, and every one of these little marks is a house wiring diagram symbol. They are the shorthand an electrician draws on your plan. The outlets, the switches, the lights, and the board that feeds them all. Right now it looks like scribbles on a room. It is not. Here is the trick that makes it simple. We are not going to memorize 100 shapes in a list. We're going to walk the house room by room. The kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom, the living room, the hall. Each room has its own handful of symbols, and once you learn where each one lives, a wiring plan reads like a map. So let us take the tour, one room at a time. First, the one rule for reading any plan symbol. Look at two things, its shape and the lines running to it. The shape names the device. The lines are the cables that feed it. That is the whole method. And here is our route. We start at the consumer unit, the board where power comes in. Then the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom, the living room, and finally outside. Each stop adds a few symbols to your legend, in the room where you will actually meet them. By the end, you will have the complete house set, and you will know which wall each one hangs on. Quick note before the tour. Every symbol you're about to see also lives in a free chart on the site. It is searchable. It is printable. It costs nothing. Keep it open in a second tab and follow along. The link is right below. Right? Start at the board. Every plan starts here, the consumer unit or distribution board. On American plans, it is the main panel or load center. It usually sits in the hall, the garage, or utility cupboard, near where the supply enters. The supply is drawn as an arrow feeding in from the street, through the meter, to the board. The board itself is a long box with a row of breakers inside. Before those breakers sits the main switch, one big isolator that kills the whole board at once. And very often an RCD, a residual current device that trips on the tiniest leak to earth. Each breaker is an MCB, a small switch that trips when a circuit pulls too much current. And running out of the bottom is earth, the safety path, drawn as shrinking horizontal lines, plus the green bonding conductors that tie the pipework to ground. Supply, board, main switch, breaker, earth, the heart of the whole installation. Now the kitchen, the busiest room on any plan. Look for the heavy loads first. The cooker point is a large outlet on its own dedicated circuit, drawn as its own box for the oven or hob. Above the counter you will see a run of double sockets, the twin outlet you see most in a modern home, feeding kettles, toasters, and a microwave. There is nearly always an extractor fan over the hob, drawn as a circle with blades, and often its own isolator switch beside it. For light, a kitchen usually shows recessed downlights, a circle with a solid center, sunk into the ceiling, or a long fluorescent batten, drawn as a slim tube. And tucked under the counter, a switched fuse spur feeds the dishwasher or the boiler. Cooker point, double sockets, extractor, downlights, that is the kitchen legend. The bathroom next, and the rules change because water changes everything. The big one is the shower point, a heavy outlet on its own circuit for an electric shower, drawn like the cooker point, but labeled for the shower. Notice what is missing: no ordinary sockets. On a bathroom plan, you will not see the standard socket symbol near the bath, because regular sockets are not allowed there. So how do you switch the light? With a pull cord, a switch that hangs from the ceiling on a cord, drawn with a little dangling dot, so no one touches a wall switch with wet hands. The extractor fan appears again, wired to run on after the light. And every circuit in here is RCD protected. Shower point, pull cord, fan, and no sockets. The bathroom is the room the symbols warn you about. Into the bedroom, mostly sockets, lights, and the switch that fools everyone. Around the walls, double sockets for lamps, chargers, and the TV. Overhead, a ceiling rose, the round fitting a pendant light hangs from, drawn as a circle with a cross. And on the wall by the door, the light switch. Here is the pair everyone confuses. A one-way switch controls a light from a single place. But a bedroom light you can switch from the door and from the bed uses two-way switches. A three-way in American wiring, each with a common terminal and two travelers. Add an intermediate switch, a four-way, in the middle, and you can control that one light from a third place. And on the ceiling, a smoke or heat detector, drawn as a circle marked SD. Sockets, ceiling rows, two-way switches, detector. The bedroom set. The living room and hall. This is where the data and the finishing touches live. Along the wall, you will find the usual double sockets, but also the low-voltage outlets, a TV or aerial point, a telephone or data socket, each drawn as a small triangle or box with its own label. A dimmer switch, a knob that fades the light up and down, often controls the main living room light instead of a plain switch. Wall lights, drawn as half circles against the wall, flank the room. The hall carries the safety layer. A smoke detector on the ceiling, marked SD, and a carbon monoxide detector, marked CO, near any gas appliance. And by the front door, the bell or chime, a little dome with its push-out side. Sockets, TV and data points, dimmer, wall lights, smoke and CO. The living space legend. Last stop, outside, and the parts that keep everyone safe. On an external wall, you will see a weatherproof socket marked WP, a sealed outlet rated for rain, for the mower or the pressure washer. Above the door, a security or floodlight, often with a PIR motion sensor drawn beside it. And feeding the garage or the shed, a submain running out from a board. Then the invisible hero of every plan, earth and bonding. The main earth from the board and the green and yellow bonding conductors clamped to the water pipe, the gas pipe, and any metalwork tying the whole house to ground. Weatherproof socket, security light, and bonding, the outdoor and safety layer. Now watch what happens when we drop every symbol back onto the plan in its room. The board in the hall, the cooker point and downlights in the kitchen, the shower point and pull cord in the bathroom, the sockets and two-way switches in the bedroom, the TV point, dimmer, and smoke detector in the living room. Suddenly, it is not scribbles. It is a house you can read at a glance. And here's the whole set as one compact legend you can print. Outlets, lighting, switches, the board, the fixed appliances, and the safety devices, every symbol we walked in one grid. Screenshot it, print it, and keep it beside you the first few times. So where do you find all of these when you need them? Right here, in a free editor that runs in your browser. Open the symbol library, and every part we just covered is one search away. Type socket or switch or light, and there it is. Filter by the DIY pack, and you get the residential set first. Outlets, switches, lights, the board, the lot. Hundreds of symbols, ready to drop straight onto the canvas. This is the honest way to learn them. Do not just watch. Open a blank plan, place a socket, place a light, wire them to a switch. 10 minutes of building beats, an hour of memorizing. Everything you've seen is drawn in this exact tool, and it is completely free. So here's the whole house in one breath. The consumer unit brings the power in. The kitchen carries the heavy loads, the cooker point, the sockets, the fan. The bathroom plays by water rules, a shower point, a pull cord, and no sockets. The bedroom is sockets, a ceiling rose, and a two-way switch that fools everyone. The living room adds the TV and data points and a dimmer. And outside, a weatherproof socket and the bonding that keeps it all safe. House wiring diagram symbols stop being a wall of shapes the moment you tie each one to a room. A plan you have never seen before is now a house you can walk. Keep the legend open the first few times. After a week of reading real plans, you will not need it. Open Circuit Diagram Maker.app, pick a house wiring diagram, and start reading. It is free, it runs in your browser, and the link is right below. Subscribe if this finally made house wiring makes sense, and I will see you in the next one.